Alright, welcome back everybody to another episode of City Skylines. In the last one we were just kind of getting this area planned out and kind of getting this park done a little bit. Probably going to go back and put a few more trees in. But I was also trying to figure out what to do with this area because they were getting off here and then getting on here and going every which way. So I kind of got an idea of what I want to do. We're going to go ahead and try and fix up this interchange a little bit. These bridges are going to be fixed up later, but I'm going to fix this up a little bit, and then I'm also going to redo this area here. So hopefully when we're done, it'll look alright. So we got a little bit of a project ahead of us, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. So, I don't remember which episode we put that in, but we did put a bridge in at some point, and we're going to go ahead and basically undo what we've done. We're going to undo these two just for now, just to get them out of the way, as well as these, just to get them out of the way. Yeah, so we also want to undo this here. We'll fix that up. Need to make sure, man, we got a big project on our hands here, but we'll make sure to try and remember to do these, because these all lead out to our important stuff. Like these, I believe, go out to the sewage plants and whatnot. So, and then they also may go out somewhere else. That I'm not sure exactly. Do they go out over here too? They just end over here, so we can get rid of these completely, just so we don't confuse ourselves. Make ourselves question everything over here. But over here, yeah, these go out to, I believe, these guys. Yeah, they go out to these guys over here, and then that leads out to that new area over there, I believe. So we're gonna be careful of that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna grab this guy, and I'm gonna actually delete. We're gonna start by doing a little bit of work here. I want to redo this as well, but we need to also, I want to fix this up a little bit because it looks pretty terrible. Right? I don't know what I was doing here, but, you know, something happened for sure. So we just kind of want to, there we go. So they're kind of splitting apart right there at that curve. And that looks pretty good. That looks a lot better. It's kind of doing the same thing over here as well. As you can see, it kind of over curves there a little bit. So let's see if we can fix that up a little bit. Just kind of cleaning up everything. If we delete that all the way up to there, that might work out in the end for us. Which I think it does. It starts to curve back. So I think that looks alright. That's going to add an angle. I'm not sure, did I do that, or was that already there? That may have already been there. I think that was already there because we redid this curve here in the last episode, so that was probably already there. Alright, so now this is going to be an interesting project that we have on our hands here. This is what we're going to do. So this road, where is it going to run? I guess it's just going to end up running through the city. I wonder if it'll connect up over here. That'll be pretty cool. I think that's what we'll try to do is get it all the way over there, connect it up, and see if we can do that either in this episode or you know, future episode. Alright. So let's go and do that. And we'll just run that straight on through here, and then we'll delete in between there on the frontage road. So the frontage road is actually going to run over top of this too. I don't see, and it may have some on and off ramps. I don't know. We'll see how it works out for us, but I'm not sure yet how it's going to go. So basically everything within this square is going to go just for now. So did it curve? It probably did slightly. So maybe we try to do something like that. I don't know if it'll work. It doesn't need to be perfect. Not even close to perfect, but I do want it to look decent, of course. So let's see here. It'd probably be fine. Go ahead and just go underground. Just do underground until there and there, and then we'll worry about the slopes of coming back up and everything afterwards. Yeah, go to there, and then we'll probably knock this one out just a little bit because I was just thinking about the slopes. So, oops. Is what about there? That's close enough. Alright, so we're gonna do that. So I'm just gonna do this because I didn't like the way that was looking, and it just was not gonna work for this area. There we go. It would have worked if, you know, we had a kind of different layout in this area, but it's just, I mean, it's just too close to the interchange, and it's just got a bunch of other issues that would have came up in the end. So, figure we do this now and get this out of the way. I mean, we've got more than enough money in the bank to do this terraforming and stuff. So, just kind of get it out of the way, get it all situated, and get everything all fixed up. Make everybody nice and happy, and then we can work on, you know, other stuff later on. So, kind of get this out of the way for now. It's kind of a big project for the size of the city, but you know, what are you gonna do? So, all right, so that looks pretty good. So that'll all come over top now. Bridge over it. It's gonna be kind of difficult because of the curve of everything. It's not gonna be very much fun dealing with the curve, but I think we'll manage. I think we'll be just fine, and we'll clean up the edges here soon. It's gonna make it interesting. So let's see here. If we grab this, and yeah, so we'll come up to where it's like that, and then yeah, see already the curve is getting us. We can kind of redo the curve a little bit because we do have some space to work with. Let's see what it'll look like. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay. So if we kind of do something like that, no. Need to come back to ground level on the other side. So 0, right? Yeah, 0. Whoa, zoomed in too far. Alright. And then we just kind of come straight over for a minute. And then we can kind of curve back in. That looks alright, I suppose. It did look pretty cool when it was kind of splitting apart, but I mean, we can't really do that, so I think we're gonna have to do the next best thing, which is what we're doing now. Let's make sure that they become nice and level across there. Okay, that may have to be knocked back. Nah, it should be fine. Okay. Well, let's just come straight across to begin with, because it's not working with me there because it's snapping, which we could turn off the snapping, I do suppose, but it'd be easier just to do this. Alright, so we'll do that, and then we'll start curving across. Bring it to 0. And then bring it straight for a minute, and then do that. Alright. Let's see if we can fix that up. That'll probably look better. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright. We do have enough space that we could bring down... We could bring the... the frontage roads down to that level, but I just... No, I don't want to do that right now. Because while we have the space... It may be worth it, but I'm thinking that we'll actually do a little bit of an off-ramp system on that too, an off and on-ramp. Just because, yeah, we might do it on the other side, and then we can still build, yeah. I mean, traffic is not going to be that bad in this area. But like I said, it's just the way we have to build everything else out. You know, with the limitation of space, it's just becoming a little bit of a problem. Not a major problem, but as you can see, it is a little bit of an issue. Okay. It's not very happy with me over here. How does that look? Is that, oops. I don't get that camera mod sometimes. It does that weird stuff where like you come out of building and it just kind of zooms you in. It's kind of strange. Kind of lifts up and then comes up and over. So what we probably need to do is bring it a little bit closer to the edge. And do something like that. Oh, that's not going to work. Alright, what if we bring it the other way across and then correct it later on? What if we turn this on? If we turn that on, again though, it's like, oh, that's why. That was weird. we do that, there's no supports, which is odd, but it does kind of work. We break it in the middle and then take off of there and do that. We might get a support. If we turn this off, well, we have to turn that back on to do this. Delete, and then turn that back off, and let's just see what it can come up with. Yeah, it can't. Just cannot cope with this area, with me doing what I'm doing. Okay. Is that on? That's with it off. And it still did that, so I wish it just had something right there, but you know what? I'm gonna let it slide. This side, should we? We could probably do some. Yeah, let's get pretty close to that. Yeah, it needs to come up to 12. I'm not sure what the deal is about. Oops, this side. So then we come back down to ground level. Wow, that does not look good at all. Alright. I mean, I guess we could. We can get away with it. We can even delete this guy, delete this guy. And grab, where is it? This tool, and do that. Kind of smooth out the edges a little bit. It's not helping very much, but you know what I mean. Yeah, let's go ahead and delete back over here. Alright, and grab that tool again. There we go. And just kind of nice and that wasn't. Oh, I guess that was kind of smooth. See what it does when I drag. When I take and drag something straight off of there. Oh, that's as smooth as it's gonna get, I suppose. That's actually a little bit less smooth than I normally get it, but I guess it'll work. Oof, that's actually kind of rough. Let's see here. What can I do? What can I do to mess this all up? That's going lower? Yeah. But let's see if I can't get this to kind of, there we go. That's looking a little bit better. That's about the same, but I guess it's a little bit nicer. I will give it that. So we'll leave that be, and we'll go and smooth this out a little bit. If you're wondering what I'm doing, so am I. No, but seriously, I'm not really done this before, so this is definitely new for me. So I'm definitely interested to see how this is gonna look. If it's gonna add kind of a unique look to the area, or if it's just gonna look like crap. So yeah, it's kind of a little nerve-wracking, but again, this side, it's not terrible. I mean, I think I'll leave this side. Yeah, because it's not terrible. I mean, that's definitely doable. But it is a little bit on the steep side. So we'll go and leave that, and we can get rid of those guys. Yeah, it just kind of drops off. In fact, I don't like. Oops, deleted that a little too far. See if we can redo that. See if we can get a hold of that. Wonder if I'm able to, if I bring it farther back. It's less than obvious with the 2 or the 4-lane road than it is with the 2. That's actually a little bit better now, so that'll probably work. Yeah, I think I'll leave that for now then, because that it might look the same to you. I don't know, but I don't know. It looks different to me, anyways. It's a little bit more. I mean, this side's pretty steep, but it's not bad. So, all right. let's go ahead and do that, and then this side we'll go ahead and kind of do something like that, and then the that actually didn't dip down very far at all because it kind of messed up that a little bit, but oh well. And then what we'll do is something a little different once we get that figured out. We'll do that. That'll work. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're going to go ahead and do that. So that'll be an off-ramp back there. And we'll go ahead and just extends it out a little bit, extends out the area just a little bit. And then I'm going to kind of redo this and this guy. So we got a little bit, we don't have too much more room, but I have a feeling we can kind of get it in the same spot. We're just going to kind of change the look of it a little bit and the curve and everything, which I have a feeling is going to make it look a lot better. And it's going to make it, I guess, in real world sense, it's going to make it safer, but we don't really have to worry about that in this game. Of course, you know, most of the stuff that this game creates, from what you do, it's not necessarily the safest thing, but it does work. So, create a nice little curve, kind of line it up. In fact, it might even, no, because I want to give it a little bit more space so that when we bring the other guy over, it gives plenty of time there. Of course, you're gonna not like what I do. That's gonna have to do then. Okay, so what we're gonna do there then is also take the 4 lane and give them a little bit of a merge lane, which works. All right, and then this guy is gonna come over and hopefully everything will work to plan here, but there's of course there's little guarantee that this game is going to work with me here. Alright, so we'll kind of do that. 3, and then how does that look? That looks alright. That looks decent. I mean, that S curve might be a little deadly, especially if it's raining, but I mean that angle and everything looks real good, so I'm gonna stick with that. And then again, what I'm gonna do here is there's a couple things I'm gonna do here. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to, instead of having it 2-laned all the way, we're gonna have it merge right there. Well, I mean technically they're not gonna merge because it's not the way that this game is built. And then from here we're going to break off a road, break off a piece here, and we're going to bring it down to ground level, and then, wow, that's actually a lot closer than I was expecting. So if we just do that, that looks pretty good, and in fact we could probably get rid of it like that, and then, oops, kind of come over like that, and then do that, and then go ahead and do that. All right, and then this needs to turn going this way. All right, so that's going that way now, and then that's going that way, and then that guy breaks off there and goes there, and then that goes over there. And then what we're gonna do here, there's a lot going on, by the way, and what we're gonna do here is something a little strange and unorthodox, but you know what? I have a crazy feeling that it's just going to work. Oh man, that's pretty steep. And the other side, also pretty steep. Yeah, that's that other side. This side's not too bad, but this side, whoops, and I'll turn around. This side, whew, that's a little rough. But oops, stop. I think I'm just gonna let it slide. Yeah, like people are gonna do when it snows here in the winter time. But no, seriously, I think I'm gonna leave that for now because I've spent a lot of time on this area. I've spent literally 20 minutes just doing all of this, but I think that's going to work. So let's see here. That's all good. So that basically adds a new interchange to the area. And then what I want to do over here is if we can split, no, we can get an off ramp there, but I don't think we're going to be able to with this here. Like we could probably do a backwards one if this wasn't here. We could do a circle, like a rounded interchange here, like we would, you know, kind of break something off there, round it, and then bring another one that comes up here. And that may work out because that'll be more up at the level part. And then we may be able to actually fit something, an on and off ramp for this road. So if we kind of go a little crazy and do something like that, and normally you'd use a 2-lane road for this. Normally you'd be able to actually figure out which angle. Alright, doesn't like any of that. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm just doing this more out of curiosity for right now. And if it does work, then I'll probably clean it up. Ooh, that's getting really close. So that's not going to work for that. I mean, we could just have the on-ramp there, and then we could have an off-ramp. Well, there's really no point of having an off-ramp, of course. There, if they can't really get onto this road. Yeah, because what we could do is at the end of here, you know, and then an on-ramp. I guess that would work. I guess that does give us enough space. Let's try it out. Let's just see what, 'cause I'm not sure what exactly I was going through my head, but... And then we have this kind of also break off, and it becomes an on-ramp. Ooh, there's a lot of doubles here, and that's can cause problems even in this game, but especially in the real world. But I mean, especially in this game too, when you start using ramps for dual purposes. But there shouldn't be too much traffic coming off there, so you know what, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna let that be. We don't even really need this back here. Actually, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We're gonna use that. And then what we can do is grab this guy and go like this as well. So 4-lane section, not really needed right now, but you know what? It'll work. And then that gives plenty of merge time too. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Like this has turned out pretty well. Like this is a little bit more of a curve than I would normally like, but I mean it's gonna work. I mean it's gonna work pretty well. We just need to redo this bridge, but I mean that should give us enough time, and we just basically need to redo the whole interchange, but I mean it's gonna give us enough time for it for sure. I'm not sure how I feel about this though. I really am not. Like I'm okay with this to an extent. Like we probably need to clean this intersection up a little bit, but it works, and that's just the thing, is it does work. We could almost break it off right there. That's gonna give enough time if we do that. And then I'll allow both sides to get off there. You know what? Why not? Let's just ruin it. Let's leave that little nub there. And I just want to grab this and if we do that and then we break it off there, maybe we can get it to work. That's not a bad slope, so let's go ahead. It kind of comes in a straight angle, but that's okay. That'll work. Alright, and then that'll give purpose to the end of the 2 lanes. That's kind of a little bit close. We could probably make that look a little bit better anyways if we did. Let's just see what we can do here to kind of clean. Ooh, try and get as close as we can without, yeah, that'll work. And then we can go back down to 3 lanes there. It does kind of cut the merge time, but I mean, that's going to be alright. A lot of those people are going to be getting back off there anyways. But this should hopefully, what I'm hoping is it'll kind of discourage people from using that road, which it probably won't. Probably won't, but at least, you know, there's another option here. So this interchange won't get so overwhelmed either. I need to get rid of this stuff out here because we're not going to use that right now. And this is probably going to change. I'm not sure yet. It may change, it may not. One thing I was also kind of considering to do is, since we're doing like this, we could do an off-ramp and do a single point interchange right here. But, you know, as I was thinking that, there's just not going to be that much traffic coming off of here. And if there is, then I guess that's an option later on. But I mean, right now, there's just not enough to worry about that. So let's just check traffic levels here. Yeah, I already know what's happening there. But let's see here. Okay, some of them are coming from both directions and getting off there, so that's good. That is a heavily used piece of road there. Just crazy. And you can just see how many cars are flying down over there. We did work on buses a little bit, but we may have to redo some lines and whatnot to kind of get everything up to speed and get everything up to par. Yeah. So I like how this is turning out now. You know, I do want to redo this entire thing and definitely redo these bridges, but I mean, for now, we just kind of have to work with what we got. So I'm gonna go in the episode there. If you guys like the series, want to like button, favorite, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Definitely stay tuned for future episodes. And as always, thanks for watching.